So we have Corrode split Haven. Let's talk Corrode for just a second. What are your
Sure.
thoughts on Corrode? What are your thoughts on these kind of lineups that they're bringing in? Maybe something a little bit interesting here as we have near mirror matchups.
Yeah, I'm looking at Corrode. I'm looking at the lineups we have for the agent comps, and part of me does like it. Part of me really likes Gabrikittens and the duelist. I mean, yes, most of Corrode, you're going to want maybe a dual sentinel, say A and B, split it up. Especially Clove has been extremely useful on this map, not only for the individualistic abilities they have, but also being able to lock down B in case your opponents don't really like pushing smokes. You also have that metal. But I do want to look at Raymond for just the teleportation to get back to different sites. And honestly, Koi, it's going to just come down to who is going to utilize their abilities better here.
Indeed. Well, we're going to start off here. Pistol round on Corrode with Gabrikat on the attack. Using that Yoru clone kind of to bait out all of this early Advise utility and then immediate pivot off to grab Spike. Time to reset.
I am liking it as well, because that just means that they're ready, that they know that although Chunky Monkeys has the advantage rank-wise and chemistry-wise, Gabrikittens, they're looking to just play to their abilities and play to their strengths.
Spike is still left over towards this B main side, essentially looking to find some way to rotate back over to B late, but first blood gonna go to Raimi here for Chunky Monkeys. Caught up inside the attacker spawn. Froggy Meow Meow gonna follow up with a second kill as well. Now 5-3 advantage for the defense. Again, Raimi's still hanging around here towards bot mid, trying to get a little bit more value out of this flank. Not going to be able to find the kill as Raymond finishes things up with the bandit. And now a push over towards A.
They still don't have Spike, though. I'm not sure Chunky Monkeys is aware that Spike is split towards B. Oh, no.
Spike down A.
They do
Last
have Spike.
player
Unfortunately
standing.
for them, that also is going to be a 1v3 with Raymond all alone.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, Raymond here, not much to do, not enough utility left to try to get this out. Bandit in hand can do a lot of damage, but not enough found. Domsy Womsy gonna finish things off as Chunky Monkeys take the pistol round to open up this final quarterfinal.
Yeah, and we do have it back as well. Froggy, they're back to Sofa. So not only do we get them do we get to re-see them as an old IGN, yes, they are now the IGN we are looking for. So Owawa, that is going to be Sofa, Mew as well, the captain for Chunky Monkeys, and they played phenomenal all together. Yes, we saw that bait out from Gabrikittens very early on, but what I do want to see is them utilize that and stick to it. Maybe look for something now that they have low economy.
Wall trip.
Once again, starting off here with this B presence, trying to bait out some more of this Vice utility. They seem to be very content here with just kind of initially showing presence here, trying to get the B side defenders a little antsy, and then stalling out and see what happens. Not really much probably going to happen here as they are on a save here. Again, once again, a rotation out, and look at all of this space that Raimi has already gathered here, looking to find this confrontation here at A main. Vi's not ready for it. Chewy taken down. Raimi gonna back off wisely, and now they should know steps heard towards this A site as we get a pivot here.
Does look like the rotate's finally going to come out. That was therefore a link. Fake teleport does manage to pop out as well. That's going to be a great push
down
from
A.
Gabrikittens.
30 seconds
I
left.
need to see them utilize the push that they have. So they have Spike completely under control, and also the defense split up.
Sleep.
Spike up down though, not a lot. Raimi finally does get taken down, but just the sheer gun power here from the buy of Chunky Monkeys gonna get the job done. A little expensive as 3 guns dropped, but nonetheless round win going the way of the defenders.
Yeah, they did a good job of at least getting some of that economy from that second round. That Chunky Monkeys was able to pull out away from them. Yes, they're still going to be able to force buy a bit. You see that Outlaw on Sofa. You see also that Phantom on Fawn. I believe they actually kept that Phantom from the last round, potentially. But what I'm really interested in knowing right now is, will Chunky Monkeys keep this up? Because they've been very aggressive on their defense, especially with alerts coming from A and mid. Are they going to continue doing that as we get later into this first half?
High round coming in here for Gabrikate. Is this the round that they finally commit to this B hit? Not much going to be able to be done, but Fawn here with that Phantom perhaps going to be able to settle things down if they end up rotating back over to A, but for now they seem pretty content. A lot of util going to be invested here as the hit comes out on to B. Waylay going to go in and then TP right back out to get that initial line of Fade Util out of the way as we're pushing in. Decidedly, Ethan finding Chewy. Eyes on Vi's violence is captain. Bringing things in now to a 3v3. Spike it down. Raymond going to find a kill as well. Bring this to a 3v2. But only a bandit and an outlaw available. And only one full armor, though. Not able to find a kill. Froggy Meow Meow taking down Ethan. Trying to close things out, but it's Gabrikittens instead. High round secured for Gabrikittens as they bring it to 2-1.
Round as well. Yes, they had the weaponry advantage going into that third round, but even on site, Ethan, Mew, they were able to lock it down with just a ghost for momentarily, just to allow more rotations to come in, and it nearly was so close. On the analyst desk, they were talking about the ranks of Chunky Monkeys being a little bit higher than those on Gabrikittens, and we do see those moments where it can play a factor, but the team comp, the team chemistry as well,
doing a
just
thing,
starting to play through.
Go down.
That's the first round.
Fast push here up through mid, this time by the Waylay on attack. Creating a lot of presence, and they're finally taken down. Opa gonna get the kill. A refrag over towards this A side, but Raimi shutting down that A push as well. Dimensional Drift coming out from the Yoru here of Raymond. Trying to get some information here. Gonna find one spotted back site A. Site secured. Already now, two people showing presence into this backside, and oh, it's disgusting. Sofa finding two. Sofa finding a 4K on the round. Spike settled down outside of A. Chunky Monkeys get round 3.
What just happened? That was so quick. I looked away for 1 second to look down at my notes, and I looked back up. Round's over. That was something else, but Gabrikittens, they have a tough task ahead of them. Let's see what their communication is going to be like, considering that they are coming in with a disadvantage.
We kind of need your dog, but like, it's too late. No, just stay. No, stay. That's fine.
Watch this.
Beta A. Beta A.
We should smoke here and then walk into it. We should smoke there and walk into it.
I saw someone.
You wanna go heaven? Or you wanna go top mid?
Your fault.
What was that knife?
Last player standing. Flawless.
Maybe can we try to rush A?
Continue on our path. It is righteous.
We wanted to listen into the comms, and it just seems like they're taken aback by the sheer force that Chunky Monkeys is able to bring out, especially towards mid. We even heard Chewy just go, "What is that knife?" After Sofa was just throwed it through the smoke. They got maybe a 0.1 millisecond of eyesight on Chewy, and they just instantly flick to the head. Gabrikittens, they are looking for opportunities. However, they are few and
Indeed, it was on an eco here, but now back pulled by more Gabrikittens. A lot of heavy early pressure over towards Ace Fight. It's rewarded. Raymond gonna find the kill on it to Sofa. Bring this to a 5v4 advantage to the attackers. Need ult used to try to slow this down, but it's not going to be enough as Avi's going to take down Fawn as well. 5v3. Mike should be able to be planted fairly easily once they get through this C's. Mike going to go down in the default safe spot here as these 3 defenders try to figure out how to make their way into this post-plant retake. Spams out on a box, but nothing really to have. All 3 gonna face at the same time. Tiny Bone's gonna find Ethan. Now 5v2. Only Jomsy and Raimi left. They're gonna need a miracle to make something happen. Jomsy taken down as well, and only 1 player. Raimi, what can you show us? 1v5. Is there a clutch ace potential? No chance. All 5 players from Gabrikittens waiting with smiles and guns out. Bringing this to 4-2.
Yeah, and we notice a common theme as well from Gabrikittens pushing. Whenever they're pushing A site, they like to do the split, multiple going towards elbow, multiple goings onto straight onto site from alley. And now it's going to come down to whether or not they're going to be able to continue doing this. As we mentioned 2 rounds ago, they were on a save, then they had a buyout, and now they're doing the same thing. They were able to save all of their economy from the last round, except for util. But Chunky Monkeys, we still have to mention, even when they're not full equipped, they do have that rank, and it's starting to show.
My
as well.
ultimate is ready.
On instantly identifies presence towards A, but punished for hanging out a little bit. Fawn is going to have to watch the rest of the round from the sidelines. Meanwhile, Gabrikittens gonna take advantage here and get this rotation, but there's no way they've smelled out that Ethan has already caught him. Unless they have, but no, it's getting taken down. Ethan getting rewarded for this early presence, and you're gonna find a second as well, taking down Avi. Raymond finally shutting down the hot-handed Ethan, bringing this to a 4v3, but Jomsy capitalizing on the chaos. Gonna find Raymond. They get Sofa finding Gabrikat as well. Captain taking down Captain. Now only Tiny Bones left alive. Mike dropped in front of them, and still concerned from this presence in mid. And out the jump, he's gonna find 1.
30 seconds left.
1v2, a winnable scenario here if they can get the peaks just right, but no. Obviously gonna get the last laugh here, taking down Tiny Bones. A 3-round lead once again for Chunky Monkeys.
That aggressive defense once again, it came to play. Ethan ran all the way up B while Gabrikittens was trying to force to A, finally wanted to rotate out, and just we are seeing how well they're playing together. Now it's time that we have to take a look and listen to how well they're playing together, because round 8 it's going to be all Chunky Monkeys communication.
I'll find you.
We're smoke mid.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm smoking.
That's fine, it's fine.
They're running at me.
Yeah, nice. It might be, they're trying to do a split or some shit. Yeah, they're splitting main. Yeah, they're splitting main, they're splitting main.
Smoking a main.
I have mid, I have full mid. Wow, you wanna push up?
Yeah.
Right.
Lurking
Lurking mid. Nice, one more.
One more in mid.
No.
One mid, one main.
I could cross.
Oh, do you know?
Yeah, move a little bit.
Okay, he can't hit you.
Last player standing.
My bad.
Shit. Running away. Look up planner.
30 seconds left.
Fade.
Dropping smokes.
One enemy remaining.
Thank you. Last one there, last one there, last one there. You can stick bomb, stick bomb, stick bomb. Nice try. Unlucky jump, unlucky jump.
It was an unlucky jump. I fat fingered my jump bite.
That was so good for Chunky Monkeys. Just unfortunately they couldn't pull that round out for themselves. Gabrikittens, though, on the other hand, they played phenomenally. I have to give it to Chewy as the MVP that round, KV. And I mean, they were able to get the lurk, take the highest two ranked wise offline, and then they were able to swing through on a site and also be able to give themselves a rotational option just to get off, and it played very well to the team chemistry from both teams as well.
Yeah, the lurk was fantastic, and especially considering that things looked dire once Sofa got those first two picks in mid. But moving on now to round 9, presence through mid this time for Gabrikittens. This time 5-man through elbow over here on this A site. A lot of noise being made. Defenders surely know what is happening here. It's just a matter of whether they're going to push through, which they are. Game is going to flash in, but it's Sofa getting first blood here, taking down AB. Gonna find their kill here, but even standing strong along with Raimi, trying to hold things down. And now here as well, Steel Garden gonna come out, forcing these attackers to back up and not be able to come back to spike initially. To be able to get out of the ult while finding two before getting taken down. Down to somehow a 1v2. And the Clove ult and not going to be able to get anything done here. Gabrikittens find a round out of seemingly nowhere, coming back to win a 3v5 in the face of a Steel Garden.
Yeah, somehow, some way, Gabrikittens is able to pull this back out. It's just like round 8, now round 9. It does seem like the team chemistry and the way they're playing together is willing to annihilate options for Chunky Monkeys, and once they're put into one lane, it's just a mow down at that point. But they are still trailing here in the round score, so they're gonna have to do this one more time to tie it up, potentially more if they want to win this first half. But obvious someone I need to be looking at, but that dimensional drift is going to play dividends for information.
Out here on this side, and Avi, just as you highlighted, able to find that opening pick on to Sofa thanks to the information gathered from Dimensional Drift. 5v4, 5v3 now, make it 5v2. I can't even call out the kills fast enough. We'll finally trade one back in favor of the defense, but still 2v4 against an eco. Not much here that Gabrikittens should have to worry about here on this retake, but Arif always deadly in the hands of Raimi, nearly finding that pick to get back into this retake.
We'll catch them.
As far as
Gabrikittens standing
on presence had disappeared from the map, Raymond able to find out that kill, though, find a second on to Raimi. So from information gatherer to round ender, Raymond clutching things up, bringing this to a 5v5 scoreline.
Yeah, and we mentioned Avi at the beginning of the round. I had to, because when we saw them last on split against I believe it was the Milkers, Avi got over 30 kills, near 30 kills in the first half of split. We're not really seeing them be able to put themselves on the map like they did in that last series, but they have the team chemistry. Raymond, Gabrikate, Chewy as well has been stepping up, same as Tiny Bones in their own way, and that team chemistry, it's that team comp as well. It's just been giving them so many options to get these round wins.
And finally back to starting things off with this B presence, baiting out this Vise Util. Crossfire here being held by Chunky Monkeys could be pivotal if they decide to push into this. Abby gonna start out, take things out, but nobody's gonna clear Cubby. Ethan able to get the refrag, will get spotted out by this haunt. They should know exactly where Ethan is. Raymond does take it down, but Raymond's going to find one in
Spike
on
down
site
B.
as well. Bringing this down to a 3v2. Still in favor of the attacker.
player
Spike
standing.
is down. Domsey going to get traded out as the Clove ult dissipates. 1v2 now. Raimi, all the power in
Spike
the world
planted.
in their fingertips and this RGX gun.
Where are you?
Looking for a little bit of magic, but no info found here on the haunt. Raymond is at 3/4 HP. Is definitely 100% doable here for Raimi, clearing out every single corner. Like, double face by the attackers. Gabrikittens gonna put themselves up 6-5,
Last
first
round
lead
before
of
the
the map.
Yeah, it's this close to the role swaps as well. 1 round left here in our first half of the first series of today. And Chunky Monkeys, they started off swinging very early on. Just they haven't really been able to duplicate as 4 rounds now in a row. Gabrikittens has been able to capitalize in. And although we're in this last round of the first half, Chunky Monkeys, they're not really able to fall by. We're seeing a lot of half shields, forced buys as well. We have a stinger coming out for Sofa, and that can play a deficit. And Gabrikittens, they're may be going into the second half with a very strong advantage.
So Raymond on the Yor tried to fake over towards B, but look at this re-clear that Ethan's already done. Taking up so much space over on this B main site, meaning the defenders can all confidently start hovering over towards A. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath here to close out the first half. The missile drift will come out. Defense should be spotted as well as this fade ult.
Face your fear!
And yeah, the attacker gonna have to figure out what exactly is happening, but every ult here it seems is being dispensed this round. Avi converging paths going to be able to take care of on. Domsey gonna get a refrag, and all of a sudden from backside, Sofa finding one as well. Raimi with a huge 2K off the collat, bringing this to a
left.
Tiny Bones clutch opportunity. Have to find 2. But Sofa shutting things down, making things go back to 6-6,
Switching
and
sides.
basically exactly how we started this map.
Yeah, there's no differential in the game score, and now Gabrikittens and Chunky Monkeys gonna have to do just 1 step better, 1 round better in the second half if they want to take this first map of Corrode. And we saw the ultimates go online. We saw the ults go out from Gabrikittens, the Nightfall. Then you also have your Waylay ult. And I need to call it out. Avi just got Valorant timing to the max, holding the line of Froggy Meow Meow, of Sofa. Just as soon as they look away, that's when the peak comes out. It is a classic Valorant timing situation. Unfortunately for them, that could have been a catalyst if just for 1 more second Avi was looking that way. Could have been that catalyst for a round win.
Well, now it's time to see what Chunky Monkeys can do on this attack side. Starting things off much the same way, trying to bait out the Vise Util over on B. And indeed, it's going to be an exact mirror of what we saw from the pistol side on round 1. Bait out Vise Util, start heading over towards mid and A.
Very slow, they're taking this, and I like that they're not rotating immediately through mid. It's going to give them the time, it's going to give them the rotation and some information that nobody has lurked up well enough to be able to catch them off guard like Chunky Monkeys did when they were on defending first half.
Avi is going to be able to hear the footsteps and orb grabbing here. Flash gonna go off, and Avi able to tuck away to not give away their presence.
Spike
2 quick kills
down
do
A.
come out
30
for the
seconds
defense. And now with the Sage Wall showing up at A link, it's going to be very hard for the attackers to push the rest of the way through. But Froggy's going to find one. Not able to get the kill, but finally settles down Tiny Bones. but not a lot of time, and Spike is down on site. They're gonna have to work really hard to get this pushed out. Raymond here knows they have plenty of time in this 1v1. Spike able to go down. And Raymond clutches it up. 3K on the round for the Yoru. Already going to be halfway towards that dimensional drift as we open up the second half.
What a round. Sofa, they were able to play the lurk. They got to in a link. The wall dropped. They were able to push on the site. It came down to that 1v1, and I don't know what 1v1 would have been better than those two players right there. The top fragger of both teams, the highest rank in the lobby of Sofa, coming out, trying to get that round win. Just unfortunately for Chunky Monkeys, they're now at that deficit once again, and the economy not going in their favor here in the second round, the 14th round of the game. And Gabrikittens
Doing a thing.
all signs lead to them being good, but let's see if Chunky Monkeys can take this one around.
Forcing up Stinger here and not finding the kill, but finding a lot of pressure and value. Domsey picking things down. That's an outlaw now that should be secured for the attackers. They're just running it down deathball style. 2 more quick kills to take sight, and look at this. Raymond left in an almost unwinnable 1v4 clutch. Flash gonna go off, giving away the presence. Raymond will find a kill, but ultimately it's a thrifty coming in for Chunky Monkeys, winning against the bye.
So I think all signs led to Gabrikittens. Well, I don't think the road signs decided to play their part in Chunky Monkeys round there. No, they just completely ignored it, ran it down. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a more dominant pistol than just that round in specific for Chunky Monkeys, Kivian. I really can't remember a time where I saw 5 players run it down the exact same spot and actually make it work out, when especially faced against a Bulldog and the Outlaw with half shields.
Here now, presence over towards B. They do spot out the Yoru with the Fade Prowler, but not even gonna be bothered to try to push in and get the kill. Only here to bait this Vice Util once again, as we've seen both of these teams do consistently, trying to at least give the thought maybe we might head back towards B, but Spike on its way towards mid to group up with the rest of the team here.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, guys. Thanks, producers. That caught me so off guard.
That fade was locked in. We can't even tell which side it was, but whichever one it was, that fade was locked in. Just as these players are locked in here, Chunky Monkeys have made their way back over towards B, and with all this time that they're taking, the defense seems to think that they might still be hitting back towards A.
30 seconds left.
They only have pistols though. So careful. Gotta make every bullet count here, because they're gonna have to do exactly what Chunky Monkeys did in the last round if they want to find similar results.
And Dewey gonna call out that the hit does finally come towards B, but not
Spike
able
planted.
to stay alive. 2 more quick kills coming in here. And with only pistols in hand,
Last player standing.
Gabrikittens are going to have a really hard time getting themselves back in its sight. Sofa finding a 3K on the round, and now once again it's Raymond trying to find this clutch potential. Jump spotted out though.
Flawless.
All 4 players in the area swing out together. Jomsy Womsy going to be the one to find the ultimate kill. 8-7. Chunky Monkeys steer themselves back into the lead.
It's been dominant this entire time. Both teams blow for blow, time for time, and there really is no saying who's going to take map 1 just as of yet, but it's going to come down to that communication, KV, time and time again. It will come down to who is playing with their team better. Gabrikittens, they're going to try to show us what they can do. Rising
Yeah.
Smoked me off mid.
Can you hold A link?
2 A, or 2B.
Did A
Sorry.
meow or B meow?
Outlaw
Why is the bottom mid?
mid.
Why just got
Just
orb
on site,
or
just on site.
mid?
just on site, meow.
You know where I am.
Have a kit. Refreshing.
There's someone late.
Spike planted.
180 on Vise, gonna get healed.
You're alone, you're alone.
Sage.
Nice.
80 on Vise, main, with an outlaw. Could've picked up a gun right
Last
now.
player standing.
Try. Okay, that's fine. No, it's fine.
Their teeth will chatter in the
Gabian, I
cold.
know you weren't
and
here for
dark.
the last time we saw Gabrikittens. I think they're going to pull out their tactical maneuvers in comms. It's called meow. Every single sentence has to end in a meow, as we do hit a time out here, I believe, for Gabrikittens, and that's an incredible. Hey, Avi, I don't really want to see your nostrils low key, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, those are pretty very aggressive, thrifty round take there coming in from Chunky Monkeys. And just the kill that Tiny Bones found on to Sofa was very reminiscent to me of way back in the day. Let's go back all the way back to prehistoric Valorant times. Osbos is on loud.
Oh my.
Right? Osbos is on loud. And I believe they were playing against Fnatic, or maybe even pre-Fnatic Durka. Durka has Bladestorm out back B site, and this will tell you how old this clip is Osbos hits 2 updrafts in a row and starts hitting the 360 spin bot to avoid all of the Bladestorm knives, and then comes down and gets the kill. So I saw Sofa hopping through the smoke and start hitting the spin bot, and I was like, oh no, Tiny's cooked. And then Tiny finds the kill, so I guess we could say that Tiny's better than Durka.
I think we can, and I mean, history doesn't have to repeat itself every single time, but I do want to say, you OG, you like proper OG Gabian.
I am call me Val Unk, baby.
No, I'm just gonna call you Unk.
Oh no. If I 6'7", does that mean I'm not Unk anymore?
No, that means they're even more Unk than ever.
Oh no.
But listen, Low-Genuinely, they might no longer be in the lobby, but Low-Genuinely, man, you just gotta shape up. Get hip with the times. Come on.
Yikes. All right, I'll make sure I watch my newest iShow Speed video in a couple of weeks to try to keep up with the youngsters' trends. And keeping up with trends, we have a trend of this hit towards A. After beating out YZUTEL, Raymond, though, gonna find a kill.
You will not
Alive,
kill my
awake. Rez is invested into this round for Chunky Monkeys here, trying to build a 3-round lead. Spike will go down as well. So now it's a 5v3 against Eco. Avi and Tiny Bones trying to find literally any kind of entry into this site. But once again, this full team face by Chunky Monkeys is going to win out the kill. And it's Avi left all alone. Classic in hand. And Jomsy going to swing out and get this final kill. A flawless coming in for Chunky Monkeys. Glad that we got some good Valorant there instead of whatever it was that you guys had to hear us doing at the beginning of the round.
I don't know. I don't think I'm the person to call anyone Unk. I'm probably Unk as well. Let's be honest here. I don't even think I used Low-Genuinely right. Whatever it may be. I don't think I used it right. And I don't know, 6, 7. But like, oh my. Chunky Monkeys really starting to show out once more. They have 4, just like Gabrikittens did in the first half. Let's see if they can capitalize and push it to maybe even 5 or 6 or 7. But right now, it is a Chunky Monkeys dominant performance. But Gabrikittens, they're still going to be trying to push every step back, is even mid. Those lurks, those 1v1s, it's going to all culminate into a round win for one of these teams to put themselves either towards 12 or 13.
Smoke here a little bit deeper than the Vise wall. I mean, it's going to be that much harder for Sofa to try to bait it out. Not able to do it. on the initial swing out. The defense is playing just far enough away to give no signs of life over on this B site. This key fight here with Gabrikate in heaven is going to be everything for the defense as they push out, smoked off. But it's Sofa finding first kill over on to Chewy. Fade Util being utilized from that heaven spot. Double Prowler coming out. Tiny Bones finding a kill, but instantly traded out by Sofa. Ult invested into the round as well. Double Clove ult going to be coming in as just an absolute flurry of activity ends up with Sofa on top. Another 4K, a Thrifty coming in for Chunky Monkeys now, finding their 5th round in a row and 2 points off of map point.
Yeah, and they might be heading to match point as well, because look at the economy from Gabrikittens. Mostly pistols, 1 force buy from Chewy, but they're gonna have to try everything here in order to either push this to overtime or bring it back from this. We saw Toon Squad do it yesterday. We saw them hit an 11-6 comeback. This one's by the numbers a little bit easier, but by the standings of how dominant Chunky Monkeys have been recently, it's going to be difficult. So let's see if they can pull it off. But with just pistols and a Bucky, it's going to be a very tough task.
And a double clearance of a main here from the 2 duelists of Gabrikate. Jomzy completely unaware that the push-up has come this far. They do see the Yoru TP. Able to find the kill on it to Raymond, though, but will they be ready for Avi to be here? Not even going to bother with it as the hit comes over towards this B site. Chunky Monkeys looking to make them pay for the early aggression. Jomzy going to find Gabrikate there in mid as well. And now only 2 players left alive for Gabrikittens.
Spike planted.
And it's a Bucky and a Ghost in between the 2 of them.
I'm sorry. Did Ethan just blind their entire team on purpose? Is that what just happened?
You know, sometimes when you get these big leads, you just want to have a little bit of fun. You know, if you're not having fun playing the game, why bother playing?
You know what, you're right.
One enemy remaining.
For the vibes.
I think that push out was for the vibes as
We are
well.
just too good.
I respect it. I do. They have to try everything in their power
Match point.
in order to get some round wins, in order to get some economy offline from Chunky Monkeys. But unfortunately for them, they have to do it sometime soon if they want to be able to put themselves in a position to win this first map of Corrode. Match point. CMK, the tri-code for Chunky Monkeys. They're going to be looking for 1 more round to add on to their already 6 consecutive rounds that they've been able to win here on their attack half. And Gabrikittens, now that they have somewhat of a full buy, they need to figure out what will work, because if they don't quickly, we're going to be going into map 2 with momentum already on Chunky Monkey's side.
Tiny just missing the head of Sofa there. It's possible they don't have no idea that A Link is compromised. 3 players leaning over towards this A main as well. Are they going to come out and give at least a little bit of information that a hit might be coming that way? But look at this timing. Gabrikittens completely caught unawares as this hit does materialize out onto the A side. Plant going to be able to go down as well.
Spike planted.
And the dominoes slowly starting to fall in map 1. Fade ult also going to come out here just to make matters a little bit worse. They're not going to be able to hear anything, know where any of these defenders are. And look at this beautiful positioning by Sofa. Going to find the opening engagement here. Raymond will get the trade out as they're doing everything in their power to make their way back into this site. But it's too many bodies, too fast. Well, I mean, obviously there's one thing here that has been locked that, I don't know, maybe teams that know, or maybe people that know these 2 teams were expecting, but I certainly was not. Seeing a Reyna get picked in 2026 in a semi-competitive environment is, I think that speaks enough to it. We saw Jomzy handling the role of Clove pretty successfully on map 1. And when you look at Clove, like, what is Clove really aside from like half or not more of a duelist with longer lasting smokes? So getting Jomsy over onto this Reyna should show that Jomsy is still wanting to be extremely aggressive, still wanting to get in there and provide a lot of the action here. We do have 2 different smokes, which also tends to be very interesting on this map to see how the kind of smokes players end up battling it out, particularly when you only have a single controller instead of double controller. So I think this Omen against Clove matchup is going to kind of be the key point for us to look at as we go through this map. See once again how these 2 controllers are kind of dicing up the map and setting up their teams for the most success.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I'm also looking at Gabrikittens' Cypher pick as well. Most likely we're going to see them playing on B since they're starting on defense. I want to see that cage get utilized for the one-ways. I need to see them be able to lock down the site because most likely just looking at professional play meta as well, it's going to be a solo hold on B site, probably Cypher, and then you get one into tower as well. So it is going to be a toss-up on whether or not they'll be able to, but the team composition, the agent composition, it's fairly similar between both of these teams.
Well, we are going to be loading in now. We actually have the Cypher starting things off towards A, which, contrary to popular playstyle, I think this actually might be a wrinkle in the plans for the attackers. They're almost certainly expecting the Cypher to line up over on the B site, like you were saying, right? So having the Cypher on this pistol round on A could really start playing into the heads of Chunky Monkeys, because now they're not going to be able to be prepared for where this Cypher is. But to start things off, it is going to be mid presence. That Sage Wall is going to go up and almost immediately get broken to establish at least an amount of presence. Shots going to come out from both sides, but no bodies being claimed yet.
Yeah, I mean,
rest of the Sage Wall falling.
We're seeing a bit of that default style coming out from Chunky Monkeys as they already get the initial frag as well. And now they're starting to push that tower. Let's see, though, because they got to be aware of the flank.
Yeah, 2 quick kills coming in for Gabrikittens, bringing this back to a 3v3. Spike, probably not actually in sewer. We have had a little bit of a visual bug with that, just in case you are wondering. But Jomsy in the back lines, finding one, will get flashed, but still able to find a second kill. Gabrikat will trade it out, but Gabrikat's gonna have to find a 2 here. Spike has already gone down, and no heal available for the team captain.
So close. I mean, it was a 1v2, low HP as well for Gabrikate. Not much they were able to pull off there, especially when your position was already fairly known and 2 players playing around that pillar. But I do like the aggressive nature that we saw from Gabrikittens early on. I mean, we saw them understand mid was going to be a big presence for Chunky Monkeys. They decided to throw 3 mid. They were able to get some flanks as well through ropes and metal, but now it's going to come down to whether or not they'll be able to play again with pistols against fairly full buy or most buy from again, going to be a high presence.
And one thing that I don't think that we have given enough credit to Chunky Monkeys for is how many times they have faced as 2, 3, even 4 or 5 players at a time. Usually they are just not comfortable with giving any 1v1s, which is great. That's how you should be playing this game, but it's very interesting to see just the actual chemistry that they have, because they're taking all of these fights together as a unit instead of just individuals. Trailblazer is going to come out here from the sky, trying to start things off for the attack over on to B site. They're going to come out as well, trying to get a little bit more presence there. Sofa with Vandal in hand, a quick 3K.
1 enemy remaining.
Ethan going to save Sofa there after getting slowed, but a extremely successful take here for Chunky Monkeys. starting off this round 2.
Classic versus the world. Your favorite action thriller coming out, the classic of Chewy versus the world, but unfortunately the wall bang is gonna come out for them. And we found another tactic, friend. Kavian, we found another one. They're sitting in the window here on tower. They've managed to spectate all of the destruction Chunky Monkeys has laid in their path. And I mean, already going into this 3rd round, we're going to see some force buys coming out from Gabrikittens, but also nobody from Chunky Monkey was eliminated in that last round, meaning they have all of the pistols, they have all of the economy, all the util that they were able to save from that 2nd round. They're coming here and already aggressive nature.
Sofa already up, gonna find the kill on to Gabrikate, the team captain, really opening up this attack, but the quick rotation from the defense, meaning that this is not gonna be easy. Another kill found as Raymond taking down Raymond. Sofa gonna find a 2nd on the round, but Chewy from elbow gonna find 2. Eventually shut down by Sofa. Bring this back to a 1v3 2-man advantage, but it's AV in heaven with a Phantom. What can you do? What can you get done? Sofa gonna be spotted out. Location known. AV finds 1. AV finds 2.
Don't miss me too much.
AV needing to clutch this up to keep their economy alive. But it's Raimi winning things out. That Spectre so clutch in the close quarters combat. CMK take round 3.
Wow. I really thought we were about to swing it back to 2021 and Avi was about to become a TikTok mafia boss again. But unfortunately for them, I think that post had to get taken down or privated because unfortunately it did not turn into that 3K. Very strong showing though from Gabrikittens regardless of it. But like you said, that's 3 rounds now for Chunky Monkeys. And again, another force buy or an eco round from Gabrikittens. So they're going to have to be very careful with what they do. Probably not going to see much aggressive style, as yes, they're going to want to be able to take at least 1 or 2 weapons offline from Chunky Monkeys. But right now, mid presence once again becoming a very detrimental thing, and it's going to come down to whether or not Chunky Monkeys will be able to play together, or let me phrase that, play together as they're already spotted out towards that.
And AV able to get the backstab on it to Ethan. With that Waylay teleport, able to secure 1 rifle back into this round and quickly on the flank. But that just means the speed up towards B is happening. Sofa going to be the first one out. Bladestorm pop. Knows the presence of at least 1 in heaven. Gonna updrafted. Huge kill onto Gabrikate. Breaking this site wide open. And now we see Sofa looking to try to get just a little bit more aggressive, calculated aggression here, as they're going to swing out once again together. Jomsy going to find that kill on to Chewy. Avi, though, with that rifle that had been secured earlier, it's on the flank here, finds 1. Look at the Sofa's actually cut off in CT. And it's going to be a 1v2, trying to go into the slow, trying to go into convergent paths. Raymond
Thrifty
able to secure that kill. A lot of investment into the round for Gabrikate, and just like that, they are able to secure the round though.
Yeah, and that being their first round here on Split means something. We mentioned early as well of how well that they play on Split together as a team, individually as well, and now we're looking to see similar things as we go into round 5. But unfortunately for them, they still have to face a full buy from Chunky Monkeys because of that reputation that they were able to pull out. And let's see just how well they're playing together as we take a listen in.
It's quiet. They're just playing slow again. I'm gonna back up stage. Can you play in this corner, and then we're gonna have Chewy jump spot ramps.
No peeking.
Meow spotting.
They snuck me off. Could go to you.
Have one of these.
You can fall back, Kate. Like inside vent. Top your camp. They could walk out on site.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Can
I
you get
saw
out?
one A main. I saw one A main.
Then just keep numbers.
1B main, 1B main.
That's two. That's two.
Skedaddle
Nice.
off. My ult is ready.
One
Stage
heaven,
mid. Heaven.
Sewers.
Wow, my eyes are down.
Right, I'm rotating.
Sewers going mid.
Reyna mid. Guy main.
Nice.
Spike down B.
Rena's
I'm gonna.
upper already.
Could be CT. Could be.
One enemy
Hey,
remaining.
drop hell.
Can't use
Flawless.
Nice. Good round. Good round.
Yeah, they're lost now.
Good, that's good. Nice.
I'm sorry. Did we just listen into? Did we just listen into a full family of kittens? Kavian, I think they're taking their name a little too literally. I think at this moment.
Well, those kittens had firepower.
I guess so.
I
mean, if it works.
Anyways, excellent round coming in from Gabrikittens there. A flawless on a listen in is always cool. The communication excellent, the vibes high. But
I've
now,
got your trail.
Hunky Monkeys trying to get themselves back into the driver's seat here. Another fast take on to B, but it's Raymond shutting down Jomsy on the Reyna. But look at this positioning by Sofa already far into
Healer down.
DT spawn. Gonna find Tiny Bones. Sage out of the picture. No more extra life for the defenders here, as they're now gonna have to push into this retake. Maybe gonna try to find one, but no. It's Sofa finding two
Player
from
standing.
under heaven. Make it a fourth on the round for Sofa. Sofa on for the ace. Will technically get the ace. Chewy is going to be the last to fall. A 5K on the round for Sofa.
I don't think Gabrikittens had enough meow behind them right there. I don't know, Kavian. I don't know what you think on that, but I don't know. I don't think I need to hear the meow, meow, meow. I need to hear it. The meow. I need to hear it at this point, but we are getting our first operator online here on Split. Avi going to be putting that one in their own hands, and honestly, it's going to be a strong one. We saw what they were able to do last weekend with the off. So let's see if they can do it once more. But we are getting a very aggressive push once again as Sofa already up into heaven.
In heaven, Ethan is gonna be able to get the kill on to Gabrikittens off the bait and switch there. Sofa gonna find a second kill as Tiny Bones taken down, putting up the wall, trying to trade wall for their life. AV making use of that operator, finding value. Ethan gonna find a second on the round on to Chewy as well. And a quick rotation through mid over towards this B site. Raymond's gonna try to beat them there. Pushing straight through the smoke, and it's Raymond putting himself in this position over in pillar to try to lock things down. Finds a second on to Jomsy. Raymond, what can you show us? A lot of damage done though, and now it's a retake with the operator. AB in the 1v2. Does spot out one player in garage there. Switching over to the Vandal. Sofa just trying to be a human Sova drone. AB's possession given away. Ethan a 3K on the round. And not a thrifty for Chunky Monkeys, but an excellent round still coming out for the attack side.
Yeah, and Gabrikittens as well, they had some light shine in them. Raymond, perfect read on the defense. Perfect read on the attack, actually, to be able to rotate over to B site. But unfortunately for them, they're just going to have to push one step farther, get a little bit better on the next couple of rounds. But Chunky Monkeys, we're going to be taking a listen into their communication as we see what has put them up against.
Good for you guys.
No one ramp.
One head.
He's sitting rafters. Wait, he walled me.
Yeah,
They're-
don't
they're
overextend
poor.
if you need to. They're not necessarily poor, they're gonna buy a little bit.
You're on side by yourself.
He's wide. Careful.
Spike down B.
I think you grab bomb. I think you grab bomb and run.
Yeah.
There's three on site. What the fuck? Wait, can you run B and try and res?
Cypher just anchored.
I think you guys try and res me B main. You guys all clear. Go re-clear B main. Bro, why is he just
Wait,
fighting?
someone cuff me.
Yeah.
40 seconds.
I think we just hit B after.
Is that Phantom?
Did someone take spike?
Yeah.
Yeah, just drop it to one of them. Yeah,
You
res. You
will
can res.
not kill my
And I will.
ally.
Careful
Cam,
trip.
cam,
Careful
cam,
trip.
top,
Careful trip. Careful trip.
30 seconds left.
Also, Cam, look
Still
at
inside.
Oh, heaven.
Wait, backside.
Heaven backside.
Cypher.
Nice.
Last player standing.
L back raptor. Try.
Good try.
Okay, yeah, no, not gonna lie, fake's not gonna work if Raymond's gonna be hard to conquer.
I mean, I like hearing the captain, Ethan, playing kind of as that IGL role here for Chunky Monkeys as well. Just being like, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? I want to make sure that we are doing what we have to do. Let's get some rotations in. And then you even get, as we were stepping out of their call, I don't think rotations are going to work if Raymond's going to be anchoring. I like the knowledge. I like the awareness that we're seeing from Chunky Monkeys. Yes, they weren't
Doing
able
a
to win
thing.
that round, but at least we know that there's backing. There's information being spread throughout the entire team. Why? To a point, like a lot of the professional teams at the highest level.
And an immediate little skirmish over towards A site, not going to net any profit for either team, but information gathered. And information is the greatest resource that we can have. Raimi, though, will find the kill on to Raymond, and just as we heard it during the live listening, Raymond was being a thorn in the side at trying to go over to either site, but now that Raymond's been taken out of the picture, you can accelerate into B. Gabrikittens will find a kill mid, cutting out this lurk, but are they expecting a second player here on the lurk here in the form of Jomzy?
Oh my.
Oh
He is
no, look at
completely
this.
unprotected.
Last player standing.
Oh wow, okay, man. Potentially make it 3 if you can. The Lear goes out, but they won't be able to find it. But it's Tiny Bones versus the world of 1v4, and Gabrikittens. They're gonna try to save what economy that they can, and Kavian. Jomzy just sat, waited, trigger discipline to the max.
And you know, everybody loves to hate on a lurking Reyna player, but you ask me, lurking Reyna in the right positions at the right time, not every round, but lurking Reyna can be, as we saw there, an extremely effective tool.
Well, let's see, lurking Reynas, where are they gonna go next? Well, some of your departures, unfortunately for that, they're boarding, some are delayed, and I think here and now, chat. I don't think chat. Listen, I don't think the producer's happy that there's some delays, but cancels. I guess they're correct on that one. I don't know, but let's see what other flights are on time and what other flights are canceled. Well, I think the flight of CMK is no longer delayed, as they're up 3 rounds here in this first half, and they're gonna continue to try to grab on.
Where is everyone hiding?
Speaking of flyby, call it an op drive-by there for Avi, claiming first blood.
Healer down.
There is an instant refrag over on this A site. Iowawa settling things down. Jomzy gonna find a kill as well. A site busted wide open for the taking. Ethan getting a kill in heaven.
Spike.
And now
enemy
just
remaining.
this operator, but not even available. Awawa gonna find the kill with the shorty, and it's Raymond left in a 1v3. Kutch will have to face down this operator though in screens.
Another 1v3, and no flank coming out, so they don't got to be aware of their back, but I don't think they know that either. But second round in a row where Gabrikittens, they're just gonna have to try to save any economy that they possibly can, because there was a lot invested into this round from Gabrikittens, and 7-4. Score is going to go KVN. I mean, Ohgawdevents, they played proper this round. The entire series so far. I mean, they are the highest ranked player in this series, yes, but we're also seeing them get helped by the rest of their team. They're not doing a solo action. Yes, they're 19-6, but their entire team's giving them the utility to go there and frag out. And that is a true way to play for CMK. They're doing it proper. They're doing it well. And yes, although there's one player that's standing above the rest, at least in terms of KD, but we're still seeing a full team effort, and Chunky Monkeys, they're doing it well.
And a default split here coming out for the attackers. 2-2-1. Nice casual opening, trying to find a little bit of information. Spike will be rotated with the rest of the team through mid now as they're trying to gain some kind of idea of what this defensive setup is for Gabrikittens. Looks like the call has been made that potentially A is this weaker site, though. Maybe they have an understanding of where the Sova setup is this time around. Trailblazers are going to go out and try to gain information. Will potentially spot out this player on rope. Not quite sure if it was still alive in time, but the hit is fast and furious on to this ace height.
Spike planted.
Spike will go down, so it is going to be one of the very few 5v5 retakes that we get to see here so far in this opening half. Players are going to explode through elbow. 4-man push through. And it's a 2-for-2 trade here. Sight claimed by the defenders. Do we even gonna find a kill up in heaven? Remaining. That's Raid Boss down. Raymond a 3K on the round, making a 4K for Raymond. The Cypher getting in and playing that first contact.
Last round before the switch.
Things to 7-4. Potentially only 2-rounded differential is possible here if they can claim this last round.
Nearly nothing given to that round from Gabrikittens economy-wise.
This is a nice
they
spot.
Forced up 2 Spectres and a Ghost. That's it with their
This goes here.
Overall, that's all there has
Yes,
been. They played so well in that retake. As you said, that's one of the few 5v5s that we're going to get. And okay, Avi. I think you're beautiful, but Avi, I don't need to see your nostrils again at all. Help me. But no, Gabrikittens, they played so well together that round, and that was, I think, one of the very few times that we're able to see how well a team can play even when they're at the deficit and disadvantage economy and arsenal wise. And now as we take another time out here, Kavian, they're down 3 rounds, potential for 2, but what do you think we have to see from Gabrikittens for them to get back into this map?
So, as we talked about at the beginning, this is typically a defender-sided map if your protocols are correct, if your retakes are correct. So basically, we just got to make sure, first and foremost, we need to try to win the opening engagement, right? If you can't win the opening engagement, it's just that much easier for the attackers to just kind of flush out onto site. The attack, of course, after they take this timeout, are going to be trying to do their best to make sure they can get 1 or 2 picks here. So really, it's kind of the story of this map is whoever gets first blood should be securing the round.
Well, with that default style once again from Chunky Monkeys, as they're going to be looking for something, but if you take a look at what Gabrikittens has set up, it's only 1 on A, and it's normally your B anchor of Raymond. They're setting up on A. They're going to try to play their life, but
I've got your trail.
Not given until Raymond actually backs away, so it's a completely clear A site for Chunky Monkeys, and they're going to be ready for that 5v5.
Managing to successfully hit both the Cypher
Spike
trips
planted.
claimed off of them, but once again, another 5v5 here. We saw what happened last time as Gabrikittens were able to flood out together. be able to claim this retake. But here, slightly different positioning here, including a lurk through mid. And just that presence alone, huge amount of kills coming out for the attackers. Sofa finding 2. Blade Storm pop every ult invested into this round.
Player standing.
AB alone is trying to get in. Odin spam finds 2, but not enough time. A 30k on the round for AB, but round win going the way of Chunky Monkeys.
Switching sides.
My Avi. Avi. What a round for their solo performance, but unfortunately for them, like you said, they didn't have enough time. They couldn't cap off the spike. They were not able to defuse. And as we also said in that last round, this map of Split, very defensive sided. And depending on who's able to get that first blood, that's how you can push through. But they are going into their attacker half. Gabrikittens down by 4 rounds, Kavian. They're gonna be on an uphill slope, regardless of what play style they choose to throw at us. But again, just like in the first half, Chunky Monkeys wanted to make mid a very hot spot. I think we're going to be seeing a very similar thing coming out from Gabrikittens.
The wall not immediately thrown, giving the attackers time to be able to break at least one part of it easily with the pistols. If you look at the Sofa already pushed up, will back off of this mid angle, seeming to sniff out this A player, perhaps knowing exactly where Raymond is. Indeed, Sofa will take down Raymond. This is gonna cause the attackers to accelerate up into B heaven, though. Avi gonna find it too. The heal coming in as well.
Be right back.
Just Ethan alone trying to hold down this site, but there's players everywhere. Look at this. Avi actually running right past 2 players, and they immediately back up and get back to the safety of CT. Trying to figure out how to get back into the site, but it's going to be so hard if the positioning is correct for the attackers. Sofa will get taken down from behind, and it's a 4K on the round. Avi putting the team on their shoulders, trying to drag them back into making this a tie game.
This, I laugh a lot, and you guys have heard it on this broadcast so many times of my laughs. But first of all, whenever we get that close up into their nostrils, it scares me every single time. Second of all, I don't think anything has been funnier than Avi running straight into Froggy and our Sofa and also Rami. I don't think there's been anything funnier because he just wanted to say hi. No matter if they're opponents, they just want to be friendly. They really do, but still down by 3, and Gabrikittens lurking more towards this B site, potentially mid as well, but they gotta be careful because 4 agents, 4 people, 4 players from Chunky Monkeys sitting right beyond the smoke.
Yeah, there is no way Gabrikittens is expecting half of the team to be here set up in mid. They will claim the kill on to Avi, getting a Spectre back into the hands of the defense. And now Gabrikittens gonna have to pause for a second here, reopen the guide for this round, and try to find their next answer.
And Sofa as well with the Sheriff. They've been dominant with whatever weapon you put in their hands, and one shot to the head from nearly any distance, it can do so much to the defense for Chunky Monkeys as the site finally gets stormed on
30
by
seconds
Gabrikittens.
left.
And 2 quick kills coming out here for Gabrikittens, trying to get themselves into the site. Gabrikit, Captain herself, finding another one. Raymond, a 3K on the round. A duo ace coming in for the Clove and the Cypher, but potentially scary after those first 2 kills coming in, but not too much to worry about. 2 rounds going the way of Gabrikittens here to start off the second half.
Yeah, but now a full buy coming out from Chunky Monkeys as well. We've seen what is possible with rifles in the hands of all 5 of these players. not only Sofa, but Jomzy, Ethan, Rami, Fawn as well. The entire team has been able to make star-stopping plays. But Avi, with the Bucky in hand, let's see if they can make anything happen there, or are they just going to play a little bit more passive here today?
Well, you mentioned that Avi had a stellar performance in their last round playing on this same map. Not quite able to reach the peak of that performance, but still very high here at 15-9. But it is Jomzy claiming a kill in sewer on the mid push. Rami gonna find a second kill as well, as Chunky Monkey's slowly starting to pick off these attackers one by one as they're trying to figure out where to take the spike to.
Yeah, but they're already down to 3, and Froggy Meow Meow just sitting here in the ramp of heaven. They're going to be looking for at least 1, if not 2, but they do get spotted out. A lot of damage done, and Gabrikittens, they're got to be careful because all 5 players with Chunky Monkey sitting here from heaven.
Enemy down.
It is
down
a huge face
player standing.
by Tiny Bones, grabbing 2, but Ethan gonna end up getting a 3K to close out this round. Chunky Monkeys carrying 3 rifles over after their bye round. First round in the books for their defensive half, looking to make it 2.
Yeah, and I mean, with Gabrikittens having a tough task ahead of them, down by 3 still, and now momentum starting to ever so slowly get back into the hands of Chunky Monkeys. We're going to have to see what they're all about. Maybe hear some meow meows as we're going to take a listen into their communication.
Yeah, I'm gonna
go
teach
fast.
ramp. Let's go say everyone.
Be right back. Right. My ultimate is ready.
Can I get a
Go
heal?
say, go say, go say. I'm blind.
Planning safe.
39 heaven, Sage. Nice.
Nice.
Spike planted.
Omen heaven.
You just freeze.
Just chill. Outside, on site.
They found my wire.
Last player standing.
Good try.
Nice try. Can you just run it down through main? This guy's so fast.
I think
I do have to say, I am very surprised we did not get 1 meow that entire time we were listening to that round. I'm very surprised not a single one.
Well, we got 2 of them from Froggy Meow Meow.
No, that's so fair. And he also got a 2K on the round, so I don't know. You tell me, is that enough for 2 meows from the casters? I don't know. From you, Kavian. I want to hear 2 meows from you.
Meow meow.
Uh,
Froggy style.
You know what, guys? We'll take it. And what Gabrikittens has to take is some resemblance of control here on the A site. And they're already going to storm off.
And the aggression over towards B site not paying out this time for
Spike
Chunky
planted.
Monkeys. They do still have rifle advantage here coming into this retake, but it is going to be that much harder. Jomzy trying to spot out the Cypher Cam, able to get it taken down. So a little bit of information gone. Raymond is taken down. Will lose out the fight to Jomzy. Bring this back to a 4-4.
1 enemy
I'll be
remaining.
unable to get convergent pass out, and well, the rest of the round was over before we could even talk about it. But 4 quick kills coming in for this retake, and Chunky Monkeys finding themselves on nearly serious point.
We are Valorant.
2
We are
rounds
fighters.
away from Chunky Monkeys closing out this series, and they've played so well. All 5 players from this team of Chunky Monkeys doing so well to play together, use their utility together, and push for the retakes here in the second half, as I'm really starting to wonder what the communication is like, and we don't have to wonder any longer, as we're going to take a listen to their call.
Wait, let me get the corner.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, what if I do it again? Think
Jumps, look at sewers and we do it.
Yeah.
I've got your trail. Hawk out.
They're A.
Blinded.
They're raid rushing. They're raid rushing.
I'm
off ramp, I think. Oh, he's on site. Never mind.
All on site.
Elbow.
Well, what's up, ramp?
Spike planted.
Nice shot.
Cypher.
Wait, under me. Nice, inside. One out. Look out. Stay chill.
Chill. Wait, Senna, can you drop that?
I know exactly.
Senna, kill.
One enemy remaining.
Heal me.
Wait, he was main.
I'm gonna get you up anyway.
I'm sticking.
Yeah, stick. Can you stick?
Last player standing.
Oh, fuck.
Clutch.
Oh, God.
Wait. How did Cypher go so far?
The what?
The Cypher roll.
I don't know. Oh, it
Okay,
reached.
from Raymond. So much on the table for Gabrikittens, and Chunky Monkeys thought they had it all figured out, but unfortunately for them, they still are 2 rounds away. And Kavian, we're starting to get another full buy from Gabrikittens after this, but the economy is no slouch whatsoever for Chunky Monkeys. It's gonna be rifles v rifles, and only one stinger actually. Ramey not gonna be able to take a full swing from their economy, as they're not gonna be able to force up a rifle.
Well, another early presence towards A this time. Raymond gonna find a lurk, punishing this mid push. And Chunky Monkeys has been doing, but instantly traded out by Froggy Meow Sofa. Meaning that while presence is sent over towards this A site, the rotation's gonna come in fast. Tiny Bones gonna find that kill on it to even, in the fast rotate through through sewer. Means that Raymond can be res.
Last player standing.
Maybe gonna find one as well, and all of a sudden, Sofa, Froggy Meow, 1v5. Wouldn't this be one to put in the books as a crazy round if they can clutch it up?
Yeah, and they're aware of where they can be coming from as well. Raymond had their trip down A main, and Froggy ran right into it when trying to hit onto the ropes to go down into sewer. So they're aware. They're either, well, they have an entire map to traverse, but they could be most likely from mid or flank. And Chunky Monkeys, are better yet, Froggy Meow, they're going to try to look for exit picks here, as I don't think they're actually going to be pushing out anytime soon.
Well, the economy of Gabrikittens is in shambles, so this definitely is the round that they needed to win if they wanted to stay competitive and try to bring this back. Sofa still looking to get a little bit of a punish. Will find Raymond there at the end, but technically speaking, a flawless round coming out for the attack.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Raymond couldn't save their Vandal, but they're able to stay here with a neural theft as well online that they're able to activate at any point in time here, and you get the second life from Gabrikate as well, so that could stand well if they try to look for an A push, which is what seems to be going down so far. Raymond on the flank or lurk, whatever you want to call it, but Chunky Monkeys seen how well they could read the attack from Gabrikittens, and they're looking to do the exact same thing here.
Oh, Jomzy already pushed up all the way through garage, meaning a free rifle back into the hands of Chunky Monkeys. That Sky Flash is gonna give away the presence of the attackers on A site. But will they be expecting this advanced position from Sofa? We'll exchange some blows, give a little greetings, and all is still.
Avi playing as that entry for the flank as well, or really the rotation, because it doesn't look like they're really wanting to push out here now that they know the position of Sofa, but they have to be careful as they're already down numbers. If Avi extends way too far out and the team can't trade, then it could be a very dangerous position. This is going to be one, but Fawn not going to be able to play their life.
30 seconds left.
Fortunately for them, B already being stormed onto by Chunky Monkeys, looking for the rotation.
Strike down.
Spike is a drop by Chunky Monkeys here.
Spike
The
planted.
speed at which the rest of the players are able to come back up
Last player
on this
standing.
clove is amazing. But Ethan gonna find one, bringing this down back into a 1v2 for Raimi. Only an Ares in hand, but does have an ult and lots of Sky Util to work with. Rope sound going to give away the position, but very winnable here for this player.
One enemy
They're gonna try to
remaining.
get half and find one. The Gabrikate, thanks to their clove ultimately getting to keep through this round, able to find the kill, bring this back to a 2-round differential here. 3 rounds in a row for the attack.
Yeah, and still 3 rounds down. Chunky Monkey's still able to fall by. The economy that we're seeing from Chunky Monkeys has been nothing short of exemplary. No matter how many rounds they lose in a row, they seem to just be able to play one step further, so then they have options for the next couple of rounds. This is the lowest lead we have seen Chunky Monkeys have in about 12 rounds now. And Chunky Monkeys, they're still 2 away, but so is Gabrikate from tying this up. 2 rounds is all it takes.
I'll be very aware of the presence of Heaven and a huge flick onto Sofa.
I know
shutting
exactly.
things down quickly for the refrag, and a huge advantage up here for the attackers. Gonna invest this neural theft as well to try to get some more pressure out of this. Ethan though will find one. Find a second. Nobody looking. The Omen somehow
down,
standing tall. Rainy getting a couple kills as well. What is happening here as we go from a 5-3 to a 3v1? Gabrikate just having to get the spike and get the hell out of there.
They knew exactly what they had to do, and the play from Ethan and Rainy as well to swing in to help. It was nothing but perfection for Chunky Monkeys, and now it's a 3v1 retake. They have so many options, and unfortunately Gabrikate, they're just gonna get overwhelmed.
Gabrikate will find one kill, but ultimately it's gonna be series point coming up for Chunky Monkeys here as a huge performance coming out there from
Match point.
Ethan and Raimi.
There's nothing but questions in my head right now. Avi, what a round. Able to take down Sofa, able to take down Fawn. There was no hesitation there after the dash. But then they go through vent. They get up to ropes. They try, but Ethan and Raimi shut them down, and now it's going to be whether or not they can hold Chunky Monkeys off, because one round is all it takes for them to finish out the series.
Virgin Path's gonna come in. Raimi is somehow able to get out of that
Spike
alive.
down
Ethan, a
A.
huge 3K popping off. Ethan still on an absolute heater from the last round. Gonna get aggressive,
One
push
enemy
through,
remaining.
find a kill.
Ace.
It's a 4K for Ethan and an ace to clutch
Defenders
things up.
win.
Chunky Monkeys